So good morning. It's good to see you. It's Wednesday, and this is your daily devotion. I'm wearing my brand new Hawaiian Auburn shirt. I hope you like it. So I'm coming with you today. I want to kind of in this daily devotion, kind of want to highlight a few things about what I wrote about in tidbits, which hopefully you've received already, and kind of reinforce that message because I've been thinking about it even this morning. So I want to share kind of my thoughts. So if you've read tidbits, you know that I talked about how we are feeling overwhelmed by our emotions in this time of separation. One church member described it as being weepy, and I shared with her that I'm weepy too. There are moments in this pandemic, in this time of safe distancing, where I've found myself kind of crying for no rhyme or reason. Maybe it's a Jell-O commercial that comes on, and all of a sudden I start getting weepy. Well, part of it, these emotions, I think, is because we are separated from each other, and we're separated physically from each other and from the church. Let's be honest, from our sanctuary on the corner of College and Spring, where we gather together. And I connected that to the Jewish people who found themselves in exile after the fall of Jerusalem. And remember, the Babylonians came and they conquered the southern kingdom. They destroyed the walls of Jerusalem. They tore down the temple, and they took the cream of the Jewish people, and they brought them into exile. And there the Jewish people were, again, at a distance away from a place that was sacred to them. And that's where we get, this amazing psalm, Psalm 137. I'll read the first 6 verses. By the rivers of Babylon we sat and wept when we remembered Zion. There on the poplars we hung up our harps. There our captors asked us for songs. Our tormentors demanded songs of joy. They said, "Sing us one of your songs of Zion." Well, how can we sing songs of the Lord while in a foreign land? If we forget you, O Jerusalem, may our right hand forget its skills. May my tongue cling to my roof of my mouth if I do not remember you, if I do not consider Jerusalem my highest joy. What we have to understand is that for the Jewish people, Jerusalem was the holy city. Jerusalem was the city of God. The temple is where God dwelled. It's where God lived. And for the Jewish people in exile in Babylon, they therefore could not conceive of this notion that the sacred place, for us, we call it the church. For them, they would call it the temple. They could not conceive that the sacred place wasn't a building, but the body, right? For them, the sacred place was the building. It was the temple. But through the gift of the Holy Spirit given to us on Pentecost, we were awakened to the notion as a church that the church isn't a building. The church is the body. And so in this time of separation, what I think I need to ask God, and what I think you need to ask God, is to specifically, through His Holy Spirit, allow us to feel connected to one another. That should be our prayer. That through God's Holy Spirit, we would feel that divine connection to one another. And as these days go on, and eventually as we move to a new normal and move into a new transition, coming back to the church, may God's Holy Spirit be part of that process too. So tonight, just let me remind you, we're having our Zoom family night. Already working on the trivia questions for that. Hope you can join us. You received a link to that in tidbits. Come and join us, be with us. We will also drop a front porch confession today. Hope you enjoy that. If you need us for any reason, get in contact with us. Email us, text us, do smoke signals, do whatever.